Hi, welcome back. Hope Zvara here. I'm going to be taking you through some sun salutations. And so if you're looking for the traditional sun salutation A, B, and C, this is probably not the right video series for you. I'm going to be taking you through some traditional sun salutation sequences, but I'm going to be changing them a little bit based on functionality for the body, a little bit more appropriate breathing to really fire up the core. And so you're going to see the same genre of the blueprint of a sun salutation, but you may notice a few tips and tweaks that are a little bit different than if you've done sun salutations before, than maybe what you're used to. So I hope you're open-minded, and I hope you're ready to have some fun and get ready to move and breathe. So the first sequence that we're going to be working with here in this video is going to be more of a Hatha Yoga based sun salutation. There's going to be no jump backs, and it's going to be a fairly easy format to use for beginners or for people with any sort of knee or foot issues, and maybe are still just starting to build up a yoga practice or are looking for a little bit more of a gentler approach. So stepping up to the top of the mat, finding mountain pose. So we're looking at the outer edges of the feet lined up with the outer edge of the mat, pelvic neutral, rib cage, spinal neutral, and then the upper back nice and engaged to really open the chest without flaring the rib cage out. So really just setting the foundation again for mountain pose. So many people just kind of come here and then they move on to the next posture. So I really want you to ground yourself in your body, plugging all four corners of your feet into the mat, and then adding that little bit of external rotation to really engage the glutes. Is going to help you feel much more solid in your mountain. This, remember, Tadasana is the blueprint for all asanas, and it's the blueprint, the primary pose for your entire sun salutation sequence. So now when you're ready, bend your knees, give a good bend. Inhale, hips wave forward. So you're feeling the front of the pelvis open, you're feeling the core contract, and we're keeping the knees bent so we can really open up and honor the lower back. If you are a little bit more pliable, the legs may not have to really bend as much, so listen to your body. So it's going to be inhale, glide the hips forward, and now comb the hands up through the hair into extension. Exhale, bend your knees, fall to your belly, to your thighs, and then slowly let the legs start to lengthen, keeping the length through the back. So as you come into standing forward bend, rock a little forward onto the balls of the feet. Without lifting the heels, your knees may be bent. So just take a couple of breaths here. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the nose. Inhale, you can hands to the shins, press into your shins. Half forward fold, looking forward, pull the shoulders back, roll your sit bones in. Exhale, little bend in the knees, rebound down. Inhale, fingertips to the floor. Now I'm going to work mirror image. Step back with your right foot, runner's lunge. So even just that transition, you may have to guide yourself or your students to step back far enough so that they feel like their body can be one long line. So if fingertips are not easy, use blocks to help bring yourself up. And remember, runner's lunge is a pose all in itself. You're rolling the hip of the front thigh back without straightening the leg. You're squaring your body down. This may be a transition pose, but it's still a pose to pay attention to. And then when you're ready, deep breath in, step back into plank or kneeling plank. Nice broad back, folds of the elbows forward, hip bones and ribs tipped up and into the belly, engaging the legs together like one big leg. Shoulders slide back. So inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. So we're just kind of taking this piece by piece right now, and then we'll sequence it together. When you're ready, inhale, knees to the floor. Keep your hands planted. Keep your pelvis in neutral and slide yourself back, really focusing on the stretch between the underarm and the sacrum. Exhale completely. Let's take 5 breaths, focusing on breathing into your back body. Now inhale deeply. And exhale. Imagine pushing a marble with your nose. So hips are high. When you get to about your elbows, and then when your nose gets to about your elbows, lift your elbows, and then slide yourself the rest of the way out. Legs are going to slide back as you slide forward. So you're going to end up on your abdomen, and then re-lengthen out the legs. Really stretch through the ankles, tops of the feet and big toes glued to the floor. Oftentimes people just kind of let the legs go limp, and they think, ooh, cobra, and they just push themselves up and into that back bend. And I really want to caution you to refrain from that. Your lower back and shoulders are going to eventually start giving out on you, and we really want to make sure it's not because of your yoga practice. So stay anchored through the legs, and stay anchored through your pubis bone. So you're pressing through the pubis bone where it feels like the tailbone is sinking between the legs. Hands are under the shoulders. Elbows pull in. So if you think about using a computer, they say, don't mouse out away from your body. Elbow lifted and wide. That really causes a lot of kind of tennis elbow, shoulder, and wrist pain. It's the same thing here in yoga. We don't need to pull our elbows wide like chicken wings. Pull them in and drop them back. They don't need to be super tight, but try to keep yourself kind of in the toaster a little bit. So nice deep breath in here. We're going to roll ourselves up. We're not going to push ourselves up. When you push up, you end up with all of that pressure in the lower back. When you roll up, you stack your spine and really ask your core to be a part of the game. So it also is kind of a little bonus of kind of releasing the vertebrae as well. All right, so nice deep breath in. Nice deep breath out. Inhale, press your pubis bone down into the floor. Now as you exhale, pick up your belly. You're actually going to roll yourself down into the mat and slowly start to stack yourself up. Shoulders slide down into their holsters, and then the head rolls on top. You're not going to be very high, and that's not necessary. Maybe you are up here because you have the pliability to roll up to that height, but it's not necessary. You can just come up into a little baby cobra. So deep breath in, pubis bone anchors down. Exhale, pick up your belly, head and shoulders drop forward. Roll yourself up, slide your rib cage onto your pelvis, and then your shoulders onto your ribs and your head onto your shoulders. You're going to feel arm work. That's part of Cobra. As you push into your hands, pull back on your hands to really move the chest forward without creating lower back strain. So deep breath in here, breathe into your lungs. And then on the exhale, re-roll yourself back down. Inhale, curl the toes under. I'm actually going to have you come up kind of into a table and then back into downward dog. So deep breath in. Exhale, push up into a table or plank, and then lift your knees. Take a step forward, downward facing dog. Fingertips nice and wide. Feel free to bend your knees in your dog pose. Remember, we're not pushing the legs straight and ending up with a rounded out spine. I'd rather have you have really bent knees and really get some length through the underarm and the lower back. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Again, remember, we're just working on the framework. All right, deep breath in through the nose. Look forward and lift your right palm so you can step your right foot forward. Now, if you have a little bit more in the middle or you're a little bit stiffer in the hips, that transition can be easily done by coming to the knees and then even using your hand for help, stepping that foot forward. But encouraging your students that they want to get that front foot flat to the mat and try to get the knee over the ankle so we can maintain that good stability. And we're back in the toaster again. So front hip rolls back and down so the glute and hamstring are underneath the leg, not on the side of the leg. You're on your fingertips, not your palms. Deep breath in. Exhale, use your back like a springboard. Step forward, feet are parallel, standing forward bend. The legs are not pushed straight, especially if you're hanging in the middle of your back. Bend out your knees to keep a long spine and then drape yourself down. Deep breath in. Lean forward towards the balls of the feet. Deep breath out. Feeling the belly hollow itself is going to give you more space in the lower back. Now to come up, bend your knees, get your booty underneath you, roll yourself up, glide your hips forward, arms comb through the hair. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. So now we're going to try that same sequence in a little bit more of, let's call it a flow style. And we're going to be holding each pose 5 breaths. Remember, runner's lunge is a yoga pose. I want you to really feel like you're working hard in that runner's lunge. All right, here we go. Bend the knees. Inhale, hips glide forward. You glide back. Feel the core turn on. Exhale, bend your knees. And then as your belly falls to your thighs, re-lengthen your legs to that point where you can keep length in your spine. Lean forward towards the balls of the feet. We're going to go 3 more breaths. Now hands to the shins, push into your shins, shoulders back. Inhale, look forward, half forward fold. Exhale, rebound. Bend your knees, inhale, step back with your right foot, nice long stride, runner's lunge. Feet are hips distance, check that. You may need to come over to your students and tell them where their feet have to go. As you square your hips, remember, hip of the front leg rolls back, you're on your fingertips, you're not resting on your thigh. Inhaling through the nose. Nice long line, exhaling through the nose. Hugging the inner legs, pelvic core contracts. Patience with your breath. And then inhale, lift your hips to get your hands down, step back into plank. Fingertips nice and wide, remember the plank tutorial. Folds of the elbows forward, hip bones tipped in, rib cage drawn in, lengthen crown to heels. Feel free to be in kneeling plank. Inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. You're going to feel a little quake. Welcome to your core. Inhale. Exhale, knees to the floor, unroll your toes. Fold to the elbows forward, keep your hands planted. We're not dropping the belly or rounding the spine. Come back with a neutral pelvis. Really challenge the space of the body. 5 breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. Now forehead can drop to the mat, or feel free, just drop the shoulders back and relax the head to a comfortable place. Keep breathing. The goal is not to get your hips to your heels. The goal is to simply let gravity and your breath take you back to your space. Inhale deeply. Come forward across the mat. Exhale. So I'm pushing the marble with my nose. When I get to about my elbow to my thumb, I'm going to lift my elbows up and slide the rest of the way out. Remember, you might need to scoot your legs back. Hands are near the shoulders. Deep breath in. Press your pubis bone down into the floor. Exhale, roll up, even if it's into a little mini cobra. Inhaling. Exhaling, we're feeling the back muscles, the legs, and the core, triceps, all fire. Pull back on your hands as you push down into the floor. We're looking straight forward with a long neck. Let's try to stay even in the legs. One more breath. Inhale, inflate your lungs like an umbrella. Exhale, drop it to the floor. Curl your toes under. No chicken wings. Inhale, use your knees to keep your elbows in. Exhale, press back, and then the rest of the way up. Take a step in, downward facing dog. Inhale through the nose. Again, feel free to keep bent knees. Exhale through the nose. We're looking for this up and back length. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees. Step forward with your right foot. Remember, you can come to your knees to help you step forward with that foot. Re-square the hips, feet are hips distance. Draw the hip of the front leg back so you have a lot of space in your right side body. Inhale through the nose, press into the feet. Exhale through the nose, one long line. You can be up on blocks. This is not a saggy hanging out pose. Now inhale deeply. Exhale, use your back leg like a spring. Step forward, standing forward bend. Relax out the head, shake out the neck. Deep breath in and deep breath out. You can grab opposite elbows, let your body hang. Keep the legs grounded and keep the thighs rolling out. Remember that forward fold from the tutorial. Now if you'd like to, let's add the half forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, pull your shoulders back, look out, long spine. Exhale, drop it down. Bend your knees, get your booty underneath as you coil up. Bend and extend the arms. Exhale, bring the hands to prayer. Great job. So now we're going to move just a little bit quicker, even though this is still more of a Hatha Yoga sun sail, kind of a basic staple sun sail. You can move a little quicker and swiftly and kind of get the heart rate up, but it's all about being in the poses. So where a lot of people go wrong in sun salutations is they're just trying to keep up and they're just flailing around, jumping from pose to pose. I want you to be solid and secure in every posture. And that means we have to know every posture so that that fluid transition is just that, fluid. All right, here we go. Bend the knees, hands at prayer. Inhale, extension. I'm coming up through the center line. Exhale, I'm dropping through the center line. Hands to the shins. Inhale, look forward, draw the shoulders back, lots of space. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, bend the knees if they're not. Step back, exhale, runner's lunge, right foot back. Inhale through the nose, square the hips. Exhale, step back into plank. Strong plank, inhale. Exhale, knees to the floor, sit back, devotional. Inhale deeply here. Exhale, glide forward, nose, chin, and chest. Inhale, root your pubis bone, lengthen your legs. Exhale, coil up. Drop your shoulders, pull back on your arms. Inhale, open your diaphragm like an umbrella. Exhale, roll back down, curl the toes under, press up through table or plank. Remember, using the right body parts is key. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, look forward, lift your right hand, step forward, exhale, runner's lunge, square it off, inhale, exhale, step forward, standing forward bend. Inhale, hands to the shins, look forward, roll your thighs out. Exhale, bow down. Bend your knees, inhale, roll up, arms comb through the hair. Exhale, bring your hands to prayer. Let's go again. Inhale. Exhale, focus on using all the right body parts. Hands to the shins, roll the thighs out. Inhale, stay plugged through the feet. Exhale, bow down. Bend your knees, inhale. Step back with the right foot, runner's lunge. Exhale, inhale. Exhale, step back with the opposite foot. Inhale. Exhale, knees to the floor. Glide back, neutral pelvis. Exhale. Inhaling. Exhale, come forward, nose, chin, and chest. Lengthen out your body. Inhale, lengthen through your legs, ground your pubis bone. Keep your elbows in. Exhale, roll up. Height is irrelevant. Let's focus on strength. Pull back with the arms. Inhale, open your umbrella. Exhale, roll back down. Curl the toes under. Inhaling. Exhaling, move it back. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, we're giving you an extra breath here. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, lift your right palm, step forward, runner's lunge, feet are hips distance. Inhale and runner's lunge, lots of length. Exhale, step forward, standing forward bend. Hands to the shins, inhale, roll the thighs out, stay plugged with the feet. Exhale, bow down. Bend your knees, roll up, extension. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Hands to the shins. Inhale, roll the thighs out, ground through the feet. Exhale, bow in even more. Inhale, bend your knees, right foot back, runner's lunge. And now exhale, step back into plank. Inhale, knees to the floor. Exhale, sit back. Inhale. Exhale, glide forward, lift your elbows, slide your legs back. Inhale, root your pubis bone in the tops of the feet. Exhale, coil up to your spine's height. Inhale at the top, elbows and shoulders down. Exhale, roll it back down. Roll the toes under, inhale. Exhale, press back and up, be methodical. Inhale through the nose, we're going to take a full breath. Exhale through the nose. Inhale through the nose. Look forward, lift the palms, step it forward. Exhale, runner's lunge. Inhale, in runner's lunge. Exhale, step forward, standing forward bend. Hands to the shins. Inhale, look forward. Draw length from your crown to your tail. Exhale, bow in. Bend your knees, roll it up. Inhale, extension. Exhale, hands to prayer. Whew. So if you're like me, I'm definitely feeling my body temperature rise. And this is all about being very methodical in the pose. It's about being in every single posture, not just trying to move from point A to point B. So if you take the time with your students and you really explain to them where their body should be in each posture, it's going to be a lot easier for them to move through the sequence and move fluidly, or just for yourself to not feel like you're chasing the pose. That's always my first initial thought. If I see people chasing the pose, or I am chasing the pose, I'm really not even in a yoga practice, nonetheless in a sun salutation. Now, if you wanted to add in extra postures to this basic Hatha Yoga sun sail, you could easily do that after the runner's lunge. And you could come up into high lunge or into warrior two, and then spindle down and continue with the sequence. But even in this basic framework, this is a great sequence to work with beginners. This is a great sequence to really teach people how to be in their bodies and then start picking up the pace. So you notice how we held them a couple breaths longer, and then we started to move more breath on breath. It's a great way to really help people focus on the pose in the sequence for all-over success in their practice. So I hope you enjoyed this basic Hatha Yoga sun salutation, and until next time, from my heart to yours, from my soul to yours, namaste.